Maybe there's some things we can eat over here. Rescued Cletus. Of course he would be named Cletus in a place like this.
Spyro, it's great to see you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Spyro 1. It's been a while since we last recorded this game. Like I explained in my Tormented Souls 2 video, I got a new microphone because the old one kicked the bucket after one too many falls, so we're gonna try it out with this game as well. If the audio levels are off, we'll just adjust it later for the next video, but so far everything seems to be working properly, so let's go. How are you all doing today? Now it should be clear this is not one of my favorite sections of the game. God damn. And stuff like that is the reason why. Yeah. Not a real big fan of the swamp area, so we're gonna try to get through it as quickly as possible. And we've already lost Spark, so we're off to a great start. Way to go. Which makes it much more difficult to gather up all the gems since we don't have the dragonfly with us. Maybe there's some things we can eat over here. Rescued Cletus. Of course he would be named Cletus in a place like this.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
Cletus the slack-jawed yokel, like from The Simpsons. He's got a mojo bag around his neck too. And that I learned from Sinners, the blockbuster vampire movie this summer. That's a good mojo bag. And it's actually what saved the main character in the end. For a while. Oh, wild flight? Oh hell no, we're avoiding that. We are not going into that thing. Hell no. Hell freaking no. Those things are ass. They are just the worst part of the game by far, except for god damn. Stupid hog. Except for I forgot what the city one is called. It's not Metropolis Flight, is it? It's something like that, but that's the only good one. The city one. All the other ones suck, so this is getting here in Misty Bog. We'll kill that pig later on. Yeah, these are by far the worst levels of the game, so I'm not really fond of them. So we're gonna try to get through them as quickly as possible, so we can move on to the Dreamweaver's world, which is my actual favorite section of the game. All platformers have this pretty much. You always gotta play through like one or two worlds of crap before you get to the really good stuff. Mario does that. Donkey Kong definitely does that, especially in the first two games. With the factory setting. The factory levels in the first Donkey Kong game, those levels are really tough and really frustrating, and a couple of them outright suck. Got carnivorous palm trees. I'll give it to Nasty Nork. He has quite an imagination on him because those treasures are actually like they explained earlier, the dragon's own treasure transformed into creatures. So I presume all that stuff came from Nasty Nork's imagination. So he's got quite a creative mind on him. If only he would use it for good. But then we wouldn't have a game, so. You could have teamed up with Spyro though against like Ripto or some other villain later on, or sorcerers. Rescued Roscoe Jenkins.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Yeah, Spyro, haven't you ever heard of attack frogs? They're all the rage down in Florida. And Louisiana, probably. All those swampy looking states. All the states with swamp gas, swamp ass. Pretty much anywhere there's a swamp, there's probably some guy who's trained a frog to be an attack frog. I know they've got attack gators, and attack snakes, attack squirrels, so yes, I'm pretty sure somebody somewhere has trained a frog to attack people. And if it's a poison frog, like in Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, then that's doubly as effective. The frog will both kick your ass and poison you at the same time. Five for one. Make it 6. What's that meme about 5 guys? It's gonna be 6 guys when I get there. Yeah, these levels aren't really that bad, but thing is, like, compared to the rest of them, they are pretty subpar. Like, god damn it. There's those attack frogs. Like, not enough to bring down the game score by a significant amount, if any. Like, it's not gonna cost it a whole point, but it's just, they are by far the worst levels of the game. There's only like one level near the end that might be worse than these. Just like this rail yard, shipyard level. That's also kind of bad, but god damn, look at that. Yeah, it's just this is where the game starts getting a little bit frustrating. Yep, and they put you all the way over here, so you gotta kill all those guys again to make sure you don't. God damn it! To make sure you don't miss the gem. Let's have her save over here. Oh no, we can't save because that's just leading down to another area. God damn. It's just all over the place. Yeah, this is why I try not to spend too much time in this world whenever I replay this game. This world kind of sucks. Rescued Zeke.
Thank you for releasing me.
So that's the grandpa one. They all have country sounding names. God damn, look at that. At least we start right back there from there. Yeah, this level sucks. There's no getting around it. There's no other way to phrase it. There's no polite way of saying it. This level sucks. But at least we save right there. God, come on, man. Just gotta torch everything. Spyro's gotta burn this whole place down to the ground. Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Listen, you goddamn pig. Now you barbecue. You just get clobbered from all sides in this level. It's very easy to just go from having 3 hit points to having none, and you just completely lose sparks. Which, like I said, is a reason why I hate this level. That, and I just don't like swamp levels, period. Like not even in RE7, where that little bit where you go outside and you have the bees waiting for you. Or is it mosquitoes? I'm not really sure. But either way, like Nicolas Cage said, not the bees. And you have them waiting for you outside. Even that section sucks. I'd rather be indoors inside the actual baker house than be outdoors with the insects and all that crap. Rescued Baba. Of course there would be a Baba, wouldn't there?
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro! Stamp them out and squish them and squash them!
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons after all.
No swamp would be complete without a Baba, wouldn't it? Baba is like Thanos in a swamp. He's inevitable. How do we get back up? There's gotta be a way to get back up. Besides just restarting the stage, how do we get back up? Like there's gotta be a portal or something that leads back up to the surface area. But where is it? Like, are we just stuck here? Yeah, like, where do we go? Can we swim over to the right? Oh, that kind of sucks. I think there's supposed to be a portal there to take you back, because it makes no sense that you're stuck in this area of the level once you go down. Especially since we're gonna have to kill all the crap. Maybe we can go around it? Like there's a treasure chest up there, but how do we reach it? I get the feeling there's supposed to be one of those whirlwinds that takes you up there. It takes you back up to the rest of the stage.
Hi, Spyro.
Because it makes no sense that you're stuck here and you're not able to go back up to the rest of the surface. Like how do we get up there? I don't get it. Like, do we have to climb, I guess? I guess we have to climb it step by step. I guess, and then we just... Yeah, I guess that's it. We just climb back up here and then go back up to the rest of the stage. I was wondering because it made no sense for you to be stuck there and I didn't want to have to do the whole first section all over again, so... Is there anything up here? Nope. Oh yeah, we can go back to the trees. Let's take care of these guys. God damn it, come on! Yeah, this stage blows. It just blows, man. There's no other way to describe it. So we're gonna end this as quickly as possible, so we can get the hell out of here. Because this stage sucks. It's swamp ass. It's not swamp gas. It's swamp ass. What is an? God damn it, Spyro, you fool! What is an actual decent swamp stage that you've played in the game? Like not a mediocre one like this, or even one that might have a... God damn it. One that might have a cool like look to it, like Donkey Kong Country 2, but then it's secretly frustrating as hell. No, what is an actual swamp stage that you have played in a game that you've actually enjoyed? that you think to yourself, yeah, I would replay that stage again. I can't really think of any. They all suck. Like I said, Resident Evil 7's, I guess the whole game could be classified as a swamp stage, but I mean like the part outside. The part outside where you step onto like the little bridge they have behind the Baker home for a while to get the... What do you get over there? I think you get like some type of key or something, right? And you can also finish building the flamethrower. Yeah, that area kind of stinks. I'm not fond of the Donkey Kong Country 2 swamp stages at all. I think they blow, except for like... The only one I like, I think, is one where it's like this, I think there's a roller coaster one inside. Towards the second half of the swamp world. Oh no, that's the... Never mind, that's the next world. So no, they're... I'm trying to think. Yeah, God damn, Spyro, you fool. God damn it. Now we gotta start all over again. Come on, Spyro. This is costing us precious time that we don't have. Now we gotta do this jump all over again. Come on, Spyro. Pull yourself together. Yeah, we are not killing those guys again. Hell no. They can stay there. Although I guess we have to get past them, but... Fine, here we go. Whatever. Whatever, guys. Let's just jump up over here, it's safer. Yeah, I'm not gonna complete this stage fully. I think I'm just gonna do as much as I can and then move on to the next one, because this one's kind of frustrating. But yeah, I was thinking of the swamp areas in Donkey Kong, and come on. Because I remember the swamp world is the one that has the bramble stage. Those are by far the worst stages in the game, so those are definitely not my favorites. For sure, those stages are awful, so... Yeah, was there even any single decent stage in the swamp area? Come on! This is BS. You gotta rush in and rush out before they get you. At least we have a save point right there. Rescue Damon. Finally, a non-swamp name.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age.
Oh no!
Why, I remember,
Gotta go!
So Spyro wasn't upset that he'd been trapped here for that long. He was upset that another long story from an old guy was about to come here. You can see it coming a mile away. Alright, so we got these. What else is left? What else is left? Oh, we only got... All we're missing is one gem. Yeah, we're done. So we missed one gem. Where can it be? Okay, so we have a limited selection of areas, so let's just cycle back. So there's nothing in here. Yeah, we're just gonna sweep around, and if we don't see it, then I'll just track it down on my own. Because I want to get out of this skeezy place, the better. The sooner the better that we can get out of here. If we can get out of here. I think we have to go for the bridge. I think. Come on! We only had one hit point left. This stinks. We gotta get out of this stage quickly. ASAP. Yeah, like the way the stage is structured is just very difficult. I guess we're supposed to jump from over here. I'm guessing that's the only thing we can do. Yeah, I guess we were just supposed to jump from all the way over here. We can no longer go back to that area because he won't make it. The jump is too large. There's nothing over here. I do not see anything right there. Let's go over here. That's a chicken, right? That's not a gem, that's a chicken, right? Okay, so it's not that. I thought that may have been a gem. So it's not that. I guess let's just go over here, because if it's not here, we can just leave anyway. You know, the exit's right there, so. Yeah, we may just have to come back to this one, because I have no idea where that gem is. And depending on what color it is, it could be anywhere. It just blends in. Maybe up there, maybe we missed one. Let's see. Oh, that lone dude over there. Don't tell me he's the one. Him? Alrighty then. Let's get over here without killing ourselves. It's not him. So we already got him. And where's the gem? I see a chicken over there. I guess we might as well go to the beginning of the stage. Maybe we missed it. Maybe it's behind that little castle thing right there. It is not here. It is not here, so yeah, I have no clue where that thing is. None whatsoever. We're missing one single gem worth 5. And I have no clue where it is, so. And Sparks is no help. He's no help at all. Because in the, like I said, in the second game, or I think the third, you can actually use him to track down missing gems. But the problem is he can't do that here, so he's just no help whatsoever. So we're looking for one solitary gem among this whole wilderness. And we have no idea where to look, so. Yeah, what do we even do? Because I just have no clue on where to look. Yeah, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna exit the stage. We'll look for that some other time, because I have no clue where this thing is. Yeah, I have no idea where this is, so we're just gonna go. Let's get out of this place while we still can, Spyro. This place stinks. I'm sure Gambit will be right at home in this place, but somehow I don't think dragons belong here. This is not the place for us, so we're just gonna go. We'll come back for that some other time. Because we do need it to access the final level. But we can deal with that later. We can deal with that later because I assume it's some enemy that we have may or may not have killed, or who knows. But if we have to kill everything all over again, then that'll make it easier to find it. Because we just kill all the enemies in one go, and then whatever's left, that's where the gem is. So yeah, we'll come back to Misty Bog some other time. Where's that damn pig? I want to kill him. There you go. Barbecue hog. Alright, so we barbecued that guy. Let's fry this guy. I think that's a skill point, frying those plants. And there's the boss for this stage, Metalhead. I don't remember him being particularly tough. I think the stage is tougher than he is. Because I think it's long and it has a lot of doorways you have to unlock. And you can get a bit lost in the passageways. Oh, I thought that was water. Alright, let's get our KFC for Sparks. Literally, we're in a rural area now, so it's literally KFC. Alright, we got treetops. I'm hoping this is not the annoying stage that I think it is. The one where you have to do a whole bunch of impossible jumps across like this Ewok type forest. Speaking of Ewoks, I saw a Quora post that slightly upset me, but I just ignored it. And downvoted it too, saying about how George Lucas had destroyed Star Wars with Return of the Jedi because of the Ewoks. He literally mentioned nothing else but just the Ewoks, and it's like, fool, you do know that's not enough to tear down the whole movie, right? And also, he acted like nothing good had ever come out of Star Wars in the years since. There have been tons and tons of good Star Wars stuff. The Clone Wars series, there's been like 35 good to great books. Andor, Ahsoka, this guy acted like they'd done nothing good. And he was talking about how terrible the prequels are, and it's like, dude, Revenge of the Sith is one of the best movies in the series, you jackass. I get the feeling he only watched like the first 3 movies, watched nothing else, and then formed his opinion based off of internet threads that he read like 20 years ago. And I hate those types of people, the ones that form opinions of stuff without even seeing it for themselves or even checking out videos. They just read what someone else posted online, and that's the whole basis for their opinion. That happens a lot in Silent Hill, with people basing their opinions off of video essays that dumbasses made like 15 years ago. They don't even play the games themselves. They just take it as gospel that these guys know what they're talking about. And in the case of certain guys like Fungo, I remember that guy, no, they don't know what they're talking about. They're clowns, so I'm guessing this is like the Donkey Kong type of stage for Spyro. And I remember this is the one I was dreading because there's some impossibly long jumps that you have to pull off at certain points using some boost ramps. Those monkeys are throwing bananas. Donkey Kong would be horrified to see them waste such bananas like that. It's like, yeah, Disney hasn't been great with Star Wars, but to say that Star Wars died like 20 years ago and then Disney's been crapping on the corpse, that's in a huge exaggeration. Some of the best stuff ever for Star Wars has been under the Disney reign. It's just that it's been uneven. Like Star Wars has always been uneven. Honestly, you want to know what my favorite movies in the series are? Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, and then The Empire Strikes Back. The movie that everybody lauds as a masterpiece is actually my third favorite. Not even the second, the third favorite. I like Jedi and Sith more. Rescue the Lyle.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
He's a fat one. I don't think he can supercharge. You need agility for that. Unless he's agile like Yokozuna, maybe. Or he could pull off insane moves despite being hugely overweight. But like I was saying about Star Wars, the thing about Empire Strikes Back is, yeah, it's almost certainly a masterpiece, but the thing is, there's so much of Han Solo in it, and Han's literally one of my least favorite characters in the entire series that I just don't get the urge to watch that movie all that often compared to the others, because it's just, yes, it's well acted, it's well directed, etc. There's so much Han in it, you know. There's so much Han, whatever you want to call him. God damn it. And I don't particularly like Han, you know. Like Harrison Ford played the hell out of that role, but it's definitely not one of his favorites for me. Like, I much prefer Indiana Jones. Even the kind of bad Indiana Jones is still better than Han Solo for me. I just don't like him all that much, you know. So yeah, I don't sit down and go, oh, I want to watch Empire Strikes Back all that often. I watch it like every 3 or 4 years, basically. And I watch A New Hope even less. It's funny, the one movie everybody agrees on is a perfect masterpiece, A New Hope, or at least almost as much of a masterpiece as Empire Strikes Back, is the one movie I have not watched in literally over 13 years. They play that movie all the time on TV. I do not watch it. I own it on Blu-ray. I don't watch it. I own it on DVD. I don't watch it. I do not own the 4K. I own the 4Ks for the other movies. I watch them occasionally. I do not watch the original Star Wars. This is not for me. Like, I appreciate what it tried to do, what it actually did. But is it revolutionary for its time? Yes. Did it deserve all the accolades? Yes. But at the same time, so much of what I like about Star Wars is missing from that movie. The Jedi, the heavy emphasis on the Force, Darth Vader still forming into a great villain. He's not a great villain yet, you know. Obi-Wan, even though I'm not a huge fan of Obi-Wan, he's only in it for what, like 30 minutes or so? It's just like, I much prefer the other movies. I prefer Yoda, I prefer seeing Vader in his full glory in Empire Strikes Back. I prefer the lightsaber battles, which are much more awesome in the others. Because obviously the thing about the original Star Wars is, one, the choreography was primitive. They were just figuring it out. And two, both of those guys are old. And they're in a small corridor, so like, Vader can't move all that agile, you know, he's not all that agile in the suit, and then Obi-Wan's an old man, so it's just a very slow paced, very methodical duel, and it's just not for me. I know Alec Guinness hated the hell out of that movie because of how many times people bugged him about it. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the original Star Wars. I much prefer the sequels and one of the prequels. Although even Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, people exaggerate how awful those movies are. Like, you know what a truly awful movie is, you know? It's something like Jeepers Creepers 3 or Spider-Man 3 before the producer's cut that kind of fixed some of the problems that movie had, you know. It's The Amazing Spider-Man 2, you know, the second one. The first one was okay, the second one was awful. You know, those are awful movies. Catwoman from DC, you know, Catwoman from DC, and the original Suicide Squad. Like there's a whole bunch of awful movies that are much more terrible than the first two Star Wars prequel. I mean, even IGN, as ignorant as they are, they still gave Attack of the Clones an 8. They said the main problem with it was the sections between Anakin and Padme, the romantic sections, but they had no complaints about Obi-Wan's section or Christopher Lee's or anything like that. You know, aside from Christopher Lee's name, but they didn't have any other complaints about that because there's not much to complain about in that movie. Like the only real flaws from it are the chemistry between Skywalker and Amidala, and you know how that plays out. But other than that, like Obi-Wan's investigation is fine. Christopher Lee plays his role. There's a spectacular lightsaber duel at the end. Even Yoda, people were laughing about, oh, look at how silly it looks, Yoda, watching Yoda do all those flips on screens and stuff. But it's like, who else taught the Jedi? Like the whole point of him is that he's a teacher. You know, he had to have known how to fight with a lightsaber all the time. Because some people said, oh, they don't like the idea of him and Palpatine fighting with lightsaber because it kind of diminishes them. It makes them look less powerful than they are. But the thing is, the lightsaber skills are part of what make Yoda and Palpatine almost invincible in combat. You know, that's how they put up a strong defense. So if you're complaining about that, and plus like the whole thing, if they're not teaching Jedi or Sith to fight with lightsabers, then who is? Do they have a separate independent trainer? It's just, it makes no sense for them not to teach their students how to fight with a lightsaber. Especially when, as Obi-Wan has shown countless times across the series, that's how you can make yourself almost invincible, putting up a good lightsaber defense. So it's just all sorts of whining from people who I think are just disappointed that the movie wasn't all, you know, it wasn't some adventure with some Han Solo type guy just going across the galaxy. Like people, I don't know what people expected from that movie, but I think they just need to change their expectations, not lower them, change them. Because like people say, oh, they needed a Han Solo type character in those movies to make it a bit not as serious, you know, to like show the skepticism of the Force and all that stuff. But it's like, why are you gonna have a Han Solo type character at a time when the Jedi are prevalent in the galaxy and everybody can see their power blatantly? That makes no sense. Like, and somebody else put it like Han Solo is basically a symptom of the Empire. He's not someone who generally existed before the Empire. Rescued Isaac with a K.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharged ramp, you can really go far.
I'm all over it.
Is that like Courtney with a K? Okay, so how do we figure this out? We somehow need to jump from a supercharged ramp and end up all the way here. No idea how to do that. Oh, wait a second. Can we unlock this one? Let's see. Oh, no, we don't have to break. We can unlock it. Nice. So we have to break the other ones. Oh, we're missing 195. Not actual gems, but gem points, basically. Alright, here we go. There's one. God damn it. Yeah, there's no way we would never make it here. There's no way. Unless we can, I guess maybe you can try to like, guide it a bit. But how do we get back there? And we need to get over there too. Yeah, how do we get back there? Yeah, these are some of the stages that I'm gonna have to come back to later on, because it just takes so much trial and error trying to figure out where to jump and what speed to jump and, you know, all that stuff, and how to time it just right. It just takes so much effort that it's you can easily spend like 45 minutes here on this one stage alone. So I'd rather not. I'd rather move on to the next stage and then we can come back, because we are gonna have to come back anyway. So alright, let's see this. Yeah, you just end up, there's no way you can make the jump. You end up crashing. Where does this lead? See, because there's a super jump right there, so we gotta get over to that green one and then have the be able to jump from here. But the problem is, how will we even do that? Like, there's no way. Like, how are you supposed to jump from that ramp here? Unless we don't jump over here and instead we just jump from to that one? Like, I have no clue how to do that. I don't get it. Yeah, because at the speed you're moving, there's no way to control this, so like you'd have to pull off one miraculous jump to be able to do this. I do not get how you would do it, unless we just use we brake hard to the right using like the D-pad. I guess let's just try the D-pad once, and if it doesn't work, we'll just move on. We'll come back to that one. Because yeah, like I said, this is one stage where you can easily spend 45 minutes trying to figure this out. And I think the last time I played it, when I actually tried to record this and everything got messed up about the audio, I think I actually did have to look it up on the phone because it was just impossible. I just had no way to figure out how to jump properly. Like, how are you supposed to do that? Because if you go over here, there's a supercharge right there, but where does that even take you? I guess let's try to jump over to that one instead of... See if we can reach it. We did not reach it. We did not reach it, so... Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to this one. Give it one more solid try. God damn it. It was right here. Come on, Spyro. Well, yeah, you know, we'll come back to this one because this is gonna take its own separate video. We'll leave that one incomplete for now because it's just, we can easily spend 45 minutes there trying to figure out those jumps. So I want to move on to the next one. Because I think there's only 2 more stages, right? And then we get the boss, or is it just like 1 more stage, the boss, and then the speedway? Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's 2 more stage. No, it's 1 more stage and then the boss. Okay, that's fine. We'll just carry on. Yeah, because I remember that stage in particular is one where you can just waste a bunch of time there trying to figure that stuff out. It's just very tricky to get. It doesn't help that Spyro's kind of slippery with the analog stick. So I think you might have to maybe make a hard turn at that previous stage with the D-pad. Maybe that might be the way to do it. I'm gonna have to look at video. I'm gonna have to look up a video of it to see how they pull it off.
Oh, I feel much better now that so many dragons have been rescued.
Cray the Balloonist.
Jump in the balloon, and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world.
Get it?
Are
It's
you
supposed to
ready to
remind
go?
you of like crawfish. At least I think so. What an unusual name, Cray. Where does this lead? Oh, it takes us 1 foot above the other level. Nice. So let's get to that last stage. I'll give it one thing, it looks pretty. It's just like this world in general is just not fun to do. It looks great, it's just doesn't play the best. Where's the other level? Oh yeah, we gotta jump from over here. That's why we come to the pyramid. We gotta jump over there so we can get those gems over there. You see them over there? So we can get the key. And you cannot reach that platform over there. I've tried multiple times, there's no way to reach that platform over there. It's strictly to get the key. The others are just for decoration. There you go. We got these gems. So we gotta open up this pyramid, I think. I think we have to open it up. Alright, so we did Misty Bog. Oh, here we go, Terrace Village. That's the other one. I keep forgetting that's not water, it can actually poison you. Alright, here we go, Terrace Village. Alright, we got all the gems from here. Nice. So we completed the level. So now all we have to do is just the boss after this. Yeah, like I said, it might seem like I'm rushing through it, but that's just because I am. Because these stages they can get quite infuriating if you stay too long here. So I'd rather just take my time with them later. You know, we'll come back to it, try to get those jumps after I've watched some videos on how to do it. Rather than waste a whole bunch of time here trying to figure this stuff out, and it just gets more and more infuriating. Look at that badass right there. He ain't shit. I think you cannot flame those metal guys, you can only hit them. The metal repels the flame. Got lasers on him. Or would those be electric guns, right? They're not lasers, they're electric guns. Oh, I just remembered it's on Metro Speedway. The one Speedway level in the game that's actually decent is Metro Speedway. I just remembered it. That's the one that's actually fun to do. The others are quite infuriating, but that was actually decent. I think it's what they wanted all the Speedway levels to be, but they just didn't really know how to pull it off at that time. And they still didn't get it quite right for the other 3 levels. I get the feeling if Insomniac ever were to do another Spyro game themselves, instead of it being Toys for Bob or some other company, I think they might actually do a decent job of them this time than they did before. Now that they have all these years and years, decades really of experience, they might actually do a decent job on the Speedways. But the Speedways I say are here, they're not good. Only Metro Speedway is decent. Let's see what this is. Rescued Claude.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
This was before Claude became associated with a mute guy. You know, who never spoke. And had a surprisingly capable talent for destruction. That's what everybody thinks is Claude now. We need fireworks for those. Yeah, for the longest time when I first played this, I couldn't figure out how to activate those up. There's a firework right there. It's easy to miss since it blends in with the green trees, but it's right up there, so you need to activate, I think, at least 1 or 2 of those in order to get those treasure chests. Because I kept looking around for keys, and it's not keys, it's fireworks. And you gotta watch out for these guys since they can easily damage you with the electricity. The good thing about the treetop platforms is though that you can actually get a pretty good look at the surrounding area from up above. So you can see where everything is. And we got back the lives we lost on that other stage too. Rescued Cyprin.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
Yeah, look at him lounging. He's like a fat Gandalf, chewing on some pipe weed. I think that's the biggest one we've seen so far, isn't it? Among all the chunky dragons. It's also easy to miss these treasure chests if you don't look down. So aside from some tricky jumps, this one is much more straightforward than the other levels. Obviously, the gems aren't quite as hidden there, so they're much easier to find. It's much less frustrating than the other levels. You just have to watch out for some of the tricky jumps, and you gotta make sure to get those rockets so you can open up the treasure chest over there. Actually, I'm trying to think. I don't remember if the pyramid actually opens up or not in this game. The one outside, I think it might actually stay closed. Maybe I'm confusing it with another Spyro game or a Jak game, Jak and Daxter. I do remember there's a platform where a pyramid did open. I'm just not sure what it is. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so we gotta set off the fireworks before we leave this level, so I think we need to jump to the highest point and jump over to the platform. See, look at that, we missed a gem right there. That's how you get lost. And you end up trying to find the gems that are nowhere to be found. So let's head up here. Now, how do we get to those? how do we get to those? That's a good question. I always forget how to do it. Oh, let's see. Maybe we can go over here. There we go. Got it. We just had to glide around it. Oh, we missed an enemy over there too. We'll get him after we blow up the treasure chest. Here we go. There's rocket number 1. Here's rocket number 2. Oh, there's another one. Where's the third one? That's a good question. Where is the third rocket? Huh. That's a pretty good question. Where's the next one? I thought it was 2, it's actually 3. Oh, there it is. It's on the ground. Never mind. I see it. Oh, I thought we were gonna have to circle around back to get this guy. I was about to say the one annoying part is you have to go all the way back to the previous jump to get him, but no, we just have to go over here. Here's the last firework. We're still missing some gems. I think they might be at the exit. And if not, we'll track him down later. Did we miss any on the ground? I don't think so. So we got all the difficult ones. It's just a question of where the other ones are. Look at that, no skydiving. I never saw that sign before. I never noticed it. Okay, they're not in here. Yeah, we're missing 16, but where? Where are they? They might be at the beginning of the stage. Maybe at the very beginning. So yeah, we'll come back to this one later on so we can start, because I really don't want to go all the way back to the very beginning of the stage. It was probably right at the start. Some corner or something that we missed. So how have you all been? Wagering has not gone well recently. The football's been kind of crap, the golf has been kind of crap, and I keep getting stuck with runner-ups. Second place, third place, you just can't get a win no matter what, so it's been a bit difficult, that's for sure. Been a bit tough. I keep getting stuck with runner-ups instead of winners. It doesn't help that all the good tournaments are pretty much over, so now we have like the fall crap, which used to be good, but then ever since the whole Live versus PGA business started, the fall season has kind of become crap, so it is what it is. I'm trying to see if I can finally get a winner from the DP World Tour, but it's difficult because that tour is unpredictable. And then football, I consider, has been complete crap for the most part. So we've had like 2 great games and like 10 mediocre or bad games. So not great. I haven't really bet much of it like I usually do because it's just the games are bad. They're just bad. So not much incentive there to take a risk on them. Alright, here we go. Metalhead. Here's the boss. Let's see what this guy is. I completely forgot what this guy is. Because I know Jacques, the one in the next level, that's the little spring guy that I told you about in Dreamweavers, but I don't remember what this one is. I think he might be some type of robot or something. Since we are seeing the guys with electrical shields, he might be one of them. Bucket heads. They're just throwing whole guys at us. Let's try to make sure we don't miss a lot of gems. So there's a life chest up there. There's some down there. God damn it. They're committing suicide just to try to take out Spyro. And Spyro just went completely around him instead of hitting him like he should have. Okay, so take out those guys first, then we take out the monkeys. God damn. Wow, we lost Sparks. I didn't even notice. Let's get him back. Is there anything we have to get? Those over there. We gotta climb higher on the pyramid. Alright, let's free that dragon and see what he wants to tell us. This one is Sadiki.
Metalhead is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt his power supply.
Alright, so it is a robot then. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at him. Metalhead. Oh wow, look at that. That actually looks kind of neat. Look at that. That's a really interesting looking boss. So we gotta take out the power. One more. Running away from us? Oh, I guess we gotta take out all the powers. God damn it, DualShock battery's low. I guess we better finish this soon. Damn, we killed him just like that. He really wasn't shit. I thought we were gonna have to fight him and like shatter him or something. No, we just killed him. Like once he stopped receiving power, he was just dead. Man, what a lame robot. Like, of course the Norks would build a robot that useless. They're not exactly geniuses, you know, they're not Cortex from Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, that robot sucked, man. Like, as soon as we took his batteries away, he was done for. Like, we didn't even have to hit him, he just crumbled. Okay, let's get these over here. Alright, so that was quick. Like, that barely took like 4 minutes at most. Alright, so let's get the remaining gems, if we can. Because also our control is about to die, so... If I can remember where to actually get the rest of them. Not exactly sure. I think we gotta go back. So there's nothing up there. Okay, so let's go back a bit. Let's go back a bit and... Oh, we missed two right here. I think you gotta go down below to where the toxic waste is, and that's where there's some gems that you can get. Plus, we also gotta find a way up to that platform, but I don't remember how to get up there. I think there might be like a hidden passageway somewhere beneath here. Let's see. Yeah, you can see right there. So you gotta get first over here to this section of the platform. Oh, and you have a bridge up here, so that'll help us get across. Oh, look at all these gems right here. Get the key. Now, what does that key actually unlock? Like, what does it actually unlock? I don't recall seeing a treasure chest anywhere. Oh, we have a lift right here. Let's see where it takes us. Oh, there we go. There's the rest of the gems. Alright, we got an extra life. So where's the treasure chest? Yeah, where's the treasure chest? Because we got all the rooftop ones over here. Those are done for. There's nothing over here. There's gotta be some lift that we're missing. See, there's a gem up there. How do we even get up there? Oh, I see. We gotta go over here. Okay, there's nothing over here. Oh, I see, you gotta go around it. I see it. Gotta go around the castle walls, and that'll take you to where you need to go. And it's only this side. There's nothing else over here. There's the exit. Alright, we're done. Nice. Awesome. So we completely completed this one. 100%. So yeah, I guess there's nothing up there really. That's just for decoration. That giant looks almost like a weapon of some kind, some type of sci-fi weapon, but I guess it's just a power core for the whole castle. So yeah, here we go. Metalhead's been taken care of. Now we're gonna go over to the Dream Weavers, which is my favorite world in the entire game before the controller dies off. It probably has like 2 minutes at most. I gotta get another cord to charge it because for some reason it's been difficult charging the PS4 controller. The original cord, I don't even remember what happened to it. I think it got damaged, and I've been using like 2 substitute cords and they're just not working. So let's hurry our butt over here to Dreamweavers before the controller dies on us.
I feel much better now that so many dragons have been rescued. Jump in the balloon, and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world. Are you ready to go?
Hell yeah, let's go. Dreamweavers. The best world in the entire game. Definitely gonna dedicate like 2 hours to that world. It's pretty cool. Has some pretty nice stages. You see a lot of weird, crazy stuff you don't see anywhere else. Not just in the game, but pretty much anywhere else in the entire Spyro series. It's just a really, really great set of stages to explore. Really great settings, so I like it a lot. And it has some really unique enemies too, even among all the other unique enemies in this game. So let's go. We're gonna free our first dragon, and that'll be it for the night. Cause we gotta go record Metal Gear Solid. Trying to get that done and Silent Hill 1 before Silent Hill F comes out next week. See, look at these fools. Also, they have a size changing cannon that they can shoot enemies with the cannon, and it'll make them gigantic or small. So that's a really unique detail there. There's our first dragon over there. Those are called the fools, the ones that are jumping on the ground. And you can actually take over that cannon to make enemies larger or smaller if you want. And each whirlwind jump will take you to the next area. They're still vulnerable to flame though. Like the only ones you can't kill when they're large are the only ones you can't kill when they're smaller. I mean larger are the armored ones, but the regular ones are. You can still flame them just fine. God damn it. That was not what I intended. I wanted to get to that platform over there. So we could save. That is also one bad thing about this game. You can't save without the dragons. You have to go free one of them in order to save it, so. I think in the second game you can just save anywhere you want. But here you have to save at the dragon platform, so if you fall off you gotta start all over again. So let's just get out of here. Let's go over here, take out these guys. Here we go. Let's grab these gems so that we don't have to get them next time. Let's free our first dragon. Who's it gonna be? See, there you go. Now you can take control of the size changing gun, which makes them larger or smaller. So if you want to like take those guys over there, you want to make them large, kind of aim it at them. There you go. Instant size increase, like Apocalypse. Rescue Zikomo.
Hello, Spyro. Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
Should just name them Kukomo, like the boy in Exorcist 2, out in Africa that they had to perform an exorcism on. I think that whole sequence was flashbacks too, if I'm not mistaken. I've never seen that movie. I just heard of it, but I think wasn't that all flashbacks in Reagan's mind or something? She was channeling like the memories of the priest. All right, so there you go.
Spyro?
We saved the game. Yeah, we're got 111 out of 300 gems. We're missing 2 more dragons, but yeah, the main hub world for this area is not that big. You got the castle, you got some platforms over here. I guess you got kind of like 2 castles, but you got these platforms over there. There's a whole section hovering behind that fortress wall over there. So it's not a really large area, but the stages themselves are actually pretty cool and unique. Like I said, I like them, and they're pretty much my favorite stages in the entire game. So they're really fun to play, and I'm definitely not going to rush through them like I did the swamp section, because that swamp section was bullshit, as you saw. It's just a couple of really frustrating stages that I prefer not to spend too much time on. But these are really fun to play, and I think even the speedway here is not that bad. I think it's not as good as the Metro Speedway, but I think it's not that bad. Like, I think the other speedways in the games are by far the worst ones. So when we come back next time, we're definitely going to explore this really imaginative, creatively unique area. It's a really unique it's a really unique looking area compared to the rest of the game. So we're definitely going to explore these stages and go confront Jacques. That's the boss for this stage. I told you, it's like the spring guy who jumps from platform to platform. It's just really unusual boss fight, but it's different from anything else in the game. So we are going to check those out next time. But for now, yeah, definitely give you... I think this game is on sale, so I definitely urge you to give this game a try if you haven't played it already. Yes, it may be simple compared to platformers nowadays, but they're all still pretty fun. Not just this one, but also Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 are pretty much a great use of your time, and they're well worth the 10 or 15 bucks they asked for them on PSN, so definitely check it out. So yeah, if you see it on sale, be sure to take advantage of that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time on Spyro 1 on the PS4. See you later, everyone.